Now we can start. Drop them tickers, guys, in the chat.
Yeah, what do you guys want to go over? Let us know.
Facebook, Amazon, if possible. What's up, guys?
What's going on, man?
Amazon, Tesla. Let's see. Cool. We're going to do Apple as well. We're going to do BA. I want to check out
Microsoft, the video.
Yep.
Yeah, we'll do all of them. We'll do Rocket. Cool. Started. All right, let's check out. What do you want to start with?
I have Apple here.
Recorder? Let's do Apple. All right, let's do it. All right. I haven't looked at this in a while. It's my first time looking at all these charts since Friday. All right, so tech is running up. Apple seems to be lagging behind a lot. You guys know that Apple follows the S&P 500 almost exactly, right? It can serve as like a leading and lagging indicator for the market. So right now we're seeing it test that 115 level. Tested there a couple times. So if we don't bounce off 115, it's very possible we go straight to 112 without any stopping, no speed bumps or anything. I do think this should start to run into earnings. So if we do start to see it run, I'm looking for a break of 118.50. Definitely. If tech keeps running up with all these strong earnings reports this upcoming week, we are going to see Apple continue to keep running. So, of course, a nice price target would be 138.55 at the all-time highs, but more realistically, I think we're going to see something like 125 or 126 if Apple crushes earnings once again. There has been good news about their iPhones, so I'm pretty bullish on Apple for that reason alone. But, I think the market is in a very weird and weak place right now, so we can expect to see some pullback. If Apple does pop after earnings, and I mean like really pop, and it has a great run-up as well, I'll be looking to short it, because if it runs before and after, it will be overextended. And the market does not look pretty strong right now, to be honest. So that's all I got to say about Apple. Look for tomorrow, look for a break of 116.75. And you guys can look to short this below 114. 114. Overextended means that it's ran up too much, right? So oversold is when stocks dip and they keep dipping too much. And we can do various indicators we can use to determine that. Anything below 114, Apple will fall to 112 area. No problem. All right, let's continue. What's next? It's a lot of tickers, guys. We'll get through all of these. All right, let's do Snapchat. All right, so whoever's asking about overextension, this is a clear example of overextension, right? Snapchat gapped up on Wednesday, I guess Tuesday afternoon for earnings. So that first gap up, that's healthy, right? Stock beats earnings, it runs again, then it ran again, then it ran again, and then it ran again, right? And that run on Friday, from Thursday to Friday, was actually almost as much as it ran from the earnings pop. So that is a sign of it being overextended. It is losing steam. And I do think we're going to see it start to retrace once we hit that 40, I think a 45.5 level. You guys can use Fibonacci extensions to find those lines. So that's one thing I'm looking at. Yeah, the stock is running way too much. But the good news is it gives us very easy targets on the way down. So you can just look at where those red candles are kind of chopping around and consolidating. And that's how we're drawing our lines on Snapchat. So realistically, I do think Snapchat retraced back down to that 38.8 level between 39 and 40. Worst case scenario, it dips down to 36 or 35, but I don't think so. I think we're going to see it retrace down to maybe 38s and then just chop around that area. But once we do fall below 42, this stock will be more or less in free fall. But it's going to take a bit of time, right? So I wouldn't go super bearish on Snapchat yet. Twitter is going to pop this. What else is moving? Twitter, Pinterest, they all have good earnings. The Trade Desk, those ad companies, those are all going to drive Snapchat stock up. Or if not any more up, it'll keep it flat at the very least. What's next? What do you want to do? Let's check out Pinterest, yeah. Yeah, I actually missed this. This ran a lot. It popped with Snapchat. Did they have earnings? I don't think so, right?
Have earnings
It's coming up.
28th.
All right, so this is obviously priced in, right? Because it gapped up because of Snapchat, it just kept running, right? So what's going to happen is it's going to beat earnings and it's going to drop. This is Snapchat was a catalyst for Pinterest and other companies like Twitter. Chart wise, I would look for a break of all-time high. I'm not sure if it was all-time highs, but just look for a break over 54. You guys want to find other levels, you got to zoom out on the weekly chart or daily, whatever.
That's all-time high.
I could have sworn Twitter was like.
Oh, we're looking at pins.
Oh, my bad. Okay. yeah, my bad. All right. In that case, it's all-time highs, right? So you can use fib extension for these. I'm gonna pull up my chart real quick to give you guys an exact number on Pinterest. Just give me 1 second. Let's see. It moved up, retraced down there. Okay. So on my chart, the next line I'm watching is, let me see, 53.74. Did we get there after hours?
Yeah, we are.
Oh, we did. Okay. Yeah. All right. Next line is, in that case, I'm just going to change the high to that. Okay. So I'm looking at, 54.32. That's a rough estimate of where we should start to see some price rejection on my chart, right? So 54.32. That's it's a line to watch. So on the downside, I'd look for it to break down 53.25, and we should see it retrace back down to 52.5, and we should find support there. If not, we'll find support at 51 on the dot. So let's watch out for that. It's losing steam, guys. I wouldn't chase this. Snapchat really was a catalyst for the stock. But keep in mind they did crush earnings last quarter, so we have to see if they're going to keep that up. It's a little overextended. It's a gap to fill. Many gaps to fill. All right, next we have Facebook. Let's do it. Also overextended, right? A lot of tech stocks got a huge pump at the end of the day. I'd say a couple $1 billion went into Facebook and Amazon. A lot of people are playing Facebook's earnings. A lot of option sweeps, a lot of sweep orders went in for Facebook towards the end of the day, and that price move was reflected in the price move at the end of Friday. We did break 279.5, which was a major resistance point on Facebook. So I think that that was always a big level to watch on Facebook, 279.5. So now that we've broken through that, I do expect to find support above 282, hopefully at 282.5, but I definitely don't want to break down below 281.5. So if we do fall below 281.5 or 281, we're going to be right back where we started. But, keep in mind Facebook did gap up a lot also with Snapchat. These charts all look similar to Snapchat, Pinterest, Snapchat, Facebook, same kind of thing. So I hope it does retrace a little bit so we can buy the dip and play it into earnings. Facebook should absolutely crush earnings once again. We got to see how a stock reacts. But this is not something you want to chase right now. I do expect to sell off in the morning. If it breaks 287.15, I'd actually grab puts because that would be just confirmation of overextension. Stocks don't run like this. Facebook is a great stock, but it ran almost $20 in 4 days. It's not healthy. They're also stuck in this antitrust case or some other legal action. They're constantly under fire. So any bad news will make the stock tank because of how overextended it is. So once people start seeing downward momentum, all the short sellers are going to start stepping in, and it's going to be a mess. All right, let's move on.
Craig, quick question. Do you suggest if we swung them over the weekend to sell that open or no?
If you swung Facebook over the weekend, it depends on when you bought it. If you bought this like in the afternoon, then you're good no matter what.
I bought it when I hit the VWAP in the afternoon.
Oh yeah, you're fine. Trim some contracts just to avoid getting caught in the sell-off because Gamma's not working for you anymore. You know.
Gotcha.
Yeah. But yeah, just trim a couple, hold into earnings. You know, do whatever you want with it. You're already in a good spot. So yeah. So next stock. Sorry guys, we have a lot to get through. Let's look at PayPal. We can do that.
Sheesh.
All right, so we bought PayPal contracts when it was trading at 205 roughly. It did dip down to 200, so this is actually the bottom for me right now. I am expecting to clear 206 probably tomorrow or by Tuesday. If we can't clear 206 by Tuesday morning, we'll cut these contracts for a loss, but my plan is the same. I do expect us to see 210 very, very quickly, especially with things like Square coming up, those earnings. Like I think they're going to start running up definitely. I think PayPal has earnings on the 4th. I could be wrong, of November, which is actually right after the election. So you guys put that at your own risk. On a longer time frame, it actually doesn't look that bullish, to be honest with you guys. You know, I do think it's an undervalued stock. PayPal has a lot of November 2nd. Okay. So if they have earnings on November 2nd, that's even worse. Yeah, don't hold for earnings unless you guys want to gamble the election, which I think we're going to get a red market either way. But yeah, PayPal looks ready to bounce. I do want to hold 202.5 pre-market. Hopefully, if we're in a red market tomorrow, then we got to hold 201.50 at the very least. If we break down below that, yeah, we just cut the contracts. It's not worth it. Yeah, let's move on. What's next? Tesla. All right, so Tesla recovered, right? We bought them the day before with some contracts when it was pretty low the day before. You know, it went up a little bit, then it dipped. It recovered almost immediately, which proves to us that 420 is the line that it wants to hold, right? You know, it dipped away from that. I think some short sellers got caught, not caught, but like short sellers took advantage of the opportunity. But 420 is still the bottom of Tesla right now. That's just a minor correction. There's no reason to believe that 420 is not major support. I'll even lower it to 418.50 just to be safe. So if we dip to 418.50, I would safely say you guys can grab calls if we are in a green market, right? If we are to fill this gap down, you guys have very clear targets at 416. I don't know if you see that on your chart. Yeah, right there, exactly. Those two gaps right there, and then right below it, number targets to watch. And then 410, 48.75. But right now, just how quickly Tesla reclaimed that 420 level, that shows that it's a bit of a demand zone. So I think that dip was just a minor correction, but I'm not super worried about it. As far as calls go, it's still a little volatile, so I wouldn't want to chase it. Looking at the chart, anything above 426 looks warranted for calls, but I would personally wait for 430. I'm holding contracts expiring on November 6th. So all we need to do is see anything above 430, and these contracts will start to print, right? If we can't get there in a few days, even though we do have 2 weeks, I don't want to risk it. I really want to be closing positions this week. I think we're going to have one of the worst markets we've ever seen in the next 2 weeks. So just be ready for that. All right. Next stock is too many. AMD. Let's do that. I told you guys to grab AMD calls on Thursday. Some of you listened, some of you didn't. Regardless, AMD looks ready to test all-time highs again. It is a little oversold. It's been following SPY mainly. It's been a little bit depressed. It did dip below 81.50, which would have been a great falling wedge. But similar to Tesla, it is reclaiming that level very quickly. So that's why I had you guys grab calls on Friday. On last Thursday, and you guys would have sold on Friday, hopefully for profit. So yeah, we'll see what happens. I like AMD a lot. If we get a bounce off 81.5, we should definitely grab calls. First target to watch is 81.78, which is on my chart for some reason, even though that's very close to 81.5. That's just a major line. That tends to be a false breakout area. To be absolutely safe, you guys should wait for 83 to grab calls on AMD. I know it's a long way away from here, but it is up after hours. So, you know, as long as we hold 81.5 on the gap down pre-market, we should be fine. This should start to run very quickly. I'm not worried about AMD. TSM get earnings. Nvidia, AMD should follow. INTC also boosted AMD stock, and last time they ran like 10% in 3 consecutive days. So it's not much to worry about there. We did PayPal. We did Snapchat. Let's do I don't want to do Amazon. No, I'm not doing Amazon.
Yeah.
BA. It's the BA. All right. Boeing had bad news. They also have earnings this week, I think. I could be wrong.
They do. It's on the 28th.
28th. That's when is that? I don't know when that is. I think that's Wednesday. Okay. Cool. So, yeah, I don't know. Last time Boeing had earnings, the stock did absolutely nothing. I think I could be wrong. I think it just people. If you want to play it, you can maybe grab puts. The stock didn't react that heavily.
It dumped last night.
It did dump. Okay, never mind. That's not a big dump actually. That wasn't too big of a dump. In any event, yeah, Boeing. That 170 line. Every time we pass 170, just scalp it up to $2. It always breaks through that line and becomes very scalpable. I can't imagine people are going to be buying calls on Boeing for this earnings. So I would expect to see a lot more put volume. I haven't looked at the contracts yet personally, but I'm just not going to play the stock at all. I just scalp it when it breaks 170 and 167.5. It always tends to do that. Anything below 166, you guys can short this down to 165. Boeing is predictable, always has false breakouts and always respects its levels, right? It's not really much going on here. I mean, yes, there are triangles and many wedges to look at here, but Boeing is one of those stocks where it's a little random right now, to be honest. It just has its days. It's gonna move on stimulus news. If Trump does sign an executive order to send out checks to people, this will not affect Boeing in the slightest because he's going to send it directly to households and not to businesses. That's going to require House and Senate approval. And you guys all know how that's going. So I just say forget about Boeing. If you see opportunities, play it, but don't blow your accounts. Let's check out UPS. You read my mind. Yeah, I grab calls on UPS because I love picking up great stocks on a red day. It flushed with the market, and UPS has been underperforming recently. I do expect to see one more test of 176.18 on UPS. On this chart, it says 175. Yeah, it's the same levels, right? So, yeah, this is a reversal pattern. I do expect us to find heavy resistance at the top of that previous red candle at what's that 173.80, I think.
Yeah.
Wow. Damn, how did I visualize? Okay, that's cool. Yeah, right there. That's a great line to watch. And then after earnings, I don't know what's gonna happen. I always tell you guys that UPS and FedEx move together. So when FedEx beat the first time, both stocks ran a lot, and then UPS beat, both stocks also ran. Then FedEx beat again this quarter, both stocks ran. Fourth time is not really the charm, right? People are definitely gonna pile into the stock this week. And on any green day, I expect the stock to move even 4 or 5%. That's best case scenario. Worst case scenario, stock stays flat and dumps the earnings. And when I say dump, I mean it might go to 168 at the very least, right? It's UPS. Like no shipping company is gonna have bad news right now. Whoever drew that, don't. Okay. Yeah, we did Facebook already. Is that it?
Zoom, Nvidia.
Zoom, Nvidia. Let's do Zoom. Yeah, Zoom finally got the correction I was looking for. Yeah, this is gonna be very interesting. Just because of how overbought this stock is, I still don't know where we're going. Yeah, I'll check out HD in a second. Home Depot. I haven't looked at that stock in a while. Yeah, this isn't really a critical low. Oh, it is. Never mind. Okay. Yeah. If we can find good support at 506, if you guys get a bounce off 506 or like a dip below it, like 505.50, you guys can probably grab calls. I wouldn't short Zoom until we get below 492, in which case it's going to go straight to 480 and then 478, that level right there. But Zoom doesn't really dump that much, after it finds support. Like, it moved up, it retraced, it's found a healthy bottom, I think. if I draw my fib lines, what's this? This is 1 hour chart.
Yeah.
Chart and give you guys my numbers. Hourly zoom. What's going on here? All right. Extension. Let's see. Yeah. So on my chart, I'm looking at. I'm looking at 5:30 for an entry point for calls. That's a little far, but Zoom does like to gap up. So if we do gap up in the morning and we do hit 5:28 to 5:30, I will say maybe grab puts because it'll be a little bit overextended. But yeah, it is respecting the levels pretty much. I think it was corrected, and I think we're going to start seeing some more upside. Tomorrow, I'll wait for a break of 5:15 for confirmation as well. It's a great line to watch. Yeah, on top of those wicks and those red candles, get past that price rejection. 5:15 is a great line. Yeah, precisely. Scalp it up to 5:23 or 5:20. Don't back hold. All right. We can do square if you guys want. I'll look at HD, and then we'll call it a night.
Square fill the gap down.
Yeah, I don't like how square is moving right now. I really don't.
So many
Yeah,
lines.
if we keep testing this 172.5 level, yeah, I don't know. I'm not really sure what's gonna happen with square. It's not much going on. I mean, we do have a very nice what's that? A bullish engulfing at the end on square. Whatever time frame you're looking at before, I think that was hourly, whatever it was, hourly 4 hour. Yeah, at the end right there, that's a great sign. But we have a heavy price rejection at 181. Yeah, I'm not really sure what's going on right now. We do have to clear. Yeah, I'd say wait for 178.50 to be safe. 178.50, my target would be 181.5. And above that, we can look for 185. That's number one. Yeah, 184.25. That's what I meant. Yeah, that's a good line to watch as well. Yeah, right there. Yeah, it's a better line. Yeah, those are your targets on square. It's a little messy right now. I think these SPY dumps have just caused like massive corrections in the stock and doesn't look very bullish right now. Hopefully we can get some more confirmation of a trend reversal. The RSI is, not telling us much. Yeah, I don't know. Stay away. If you don't know, just stay away. It's not much. Don't try and force trades. Let's look at NEO.
Yeah.
Yeah, NEO's due for another run actually. Yeah, I will be going heavy into NEO very soon. More likely with equity. I don't want to gamble on the options right now. If you guys do want to play NEO, grab January contracts. Grab 30 calls. 30 strike is good. If you guys absolutely want to play it right now, you guys can probably grab 28 at the bell. If they have 27.5s, you can grab that. I'm not sure if they do, and I'm not really going to check right now. I played 28 for this week, but just be very careful and try and get rid of it same day, right? NEO loves to NEO loves to just run and dump. Does weird things, but it does have a few catalysts. So a lot of these banks are super bullish on it. It's not very often where banks, upgrade stocks by such a big margin or big percentage. So they must see something. These guys are the market makers. So let's watch out. All right, cool. Amazon, we can do that. I wasn't gonna do it before, but Amazon got like a nice little run. I was actually talking about Amazon calls just to have fun with it. I want to say towards the end of the day, it's like around 1:30. I was like, I might grab some Amazon calls, but let's look at these levels first. What can we find here? This looks like a regular. Yeah, it's not moving too badly. I'm checking that line out right here.
Oops.
Shit.
You good?
Sorry, I think it was that line. Somewhere around there. Yeah, it's the one that I'm watching. Yeah, so wait for break of 3220. 3200 is a line that Amazon needs to respect. I mean, I don't want to say look for a bounce of 3200 because it might gap down further. 30. Let me see. Yeah, I don't think we should be testing 3150s anymore. I'd wait for a bounce off 3175 at the lowest. If we break through there, just stay away from Amazon. Premiums are expensive. I'm holding, I think, 2 contracts. They're like $2,000 a piece. Don't blow your accounts, please. Like, yes, you can. It's very realistic to see Amazon move from 2,000 to 4,000 a day, but if it goes the wrong way, you guys will blow your accounts, and that's it. You're not getting it back. Anything above 3250 will start to print very, very quickly. So if you guys are holding Friday contracts and we do see 3250 tomorrow, you will be making thousands of dollars by the minute, which sounds great. But then again, don't chase it, right? If you don't have the account size, do not chase Amazon, because one red candle will blow up everything, right? It's all relative. You don't want to be in a situation where you're up $2,000 and then 2 minutes later you're only up $80 or down 800. So that's Amazon for you guys. I think it does look very good. I really do want to hold 3180. Like I said, 3175 at the very least. But you know, SPY looks pretty weak right now. Futures, we'll look at that in a second. But we're not going to have the best day tomorrow, at least in open. I am swinging some SPY puts.
People want HD. Here we go.
HD? All right, I'll look at that. Yeah, I haven't looked at Home Depot in about a month and a half. What's going on here?
Bullish.
It's nice. Price rejection or whatever the hell that is. Strong price rejection. I found support here, right there. Same deal. That's obviously resistance. It's also never line to watch. You know, these candles give you the lines, guys, you know. Let me see. Yeah, go on a smaller time frame, but I can't really see much right now.
I mean, it looks ugly on this chart.
It really, yeah. This is a downwards price channel. I mean, one could argue that we have a price channel here, and we have successfully broken out of it, kind of. At which point, my targets would be this line here, and then anywhere in that area for some. Yeah, precisely, and somewhere around there. You know, if we do gap down in the morning, look for a bounce off these levels to grab calls. That'd be nice. If we get a bounce off there, grab calls and go long, go in heavy and get out. I mean, this stock does move pretty slowly, and the premiums tend to have a pretty wide bid and ask spread. If you're not the best contracts for options traders, you're honestly better off buying equity if you have the capital. Yeah, that's not much to say about HD. Like, the candles look very bullish, but the trend is not. So, yeah, this actually looks a lot like the market, like the entire market, to be honest with you guys.
Netflix.
All right, cool.
Last one.
Not much to say about Netflix. Wait for 490 to grab calls on Netflix. You know, 490, 492. Not much. It's at the bottom. We're looking for a trend reversal, right? So I was telling some guys earlier that we'd gap down here after earnings. We found support here, but then it gapped down to here. We found support here 2 days in a row. So let's see if we can break this 488 line. If we do find support at 488, I will be very bullish on Snapchat. I'll look for a break of 490 to grab calls and go in very heavy until we match these levels and probably that level. If we cannot hold 488, then I'll look for a retracement back down to 484. And if we can't get that, I'll look at 482. So that's kind of Netflix right now. Can you zoom in, like right here, for TT? I want to see what the lines are looking. Yeah. Yeah, I can't tell which direction that is.
I'm going 15.
Is that like a bit of a blue bar I'm looking at? I'm trying to find something. Yeah, nothing here looks promising. I mean, I'm not really looking at the RSI right now, only because a lot of stocks just ran up at the end of Friday. I think Facebook rules the catalyst for that. We gotta see how we open. I think we're really gonna find support at 484. If we find support here, then I'll be bullish on Netflix. That line right there. So look for support at that line because we did break through. I did have you guys in Netflix calls. I did say when you broke through this line, we would. Well, it was actually this line. We broke through and retraced. I had you guys cut it here, but it did break out later, so that was my fault. But it's not worth it. I didn't want to swing too much into the weekend. All right, cool. Oh, Disney. We can look at that. Yeah, last stock. All right. Disney looks good so far. Let's see.
It's like a channel.
Yeah, so let's see if this was a correction or we're just breaking out of a price channel. I mean, let's see if we can get back in that price channel. I can't imagine Disney moving that quickly. Do they have a catalyst? Earnings coming up? Probably mid-November, I'm guessing. If you have it depends on when you bought them. When did you buy those calls? Who said that? Someone said they bought 130 calls. 1120. Those should be good. I mean, if you're profitable, just start trimming contracts, right? This mark, I wouldn't hold anything through this week, honestly. Okay, I mean, a while back, here or there. If you bought them anywhere below this gap up, or if you bought them like around here or there, even here, you should be fine. You should be fine. Yeah, just try and get rid of it soon. If you're up 20%, take the profits. Not worth. Don't hold it through the week. All right. Is that it? Fastly real quick.
Yeah.
I don't like Fastly at all. Yeah, I played it here. I thought we had found the bottom, right? You can draw lines first. You're good. Yeah, we did think 84 was the bottom, but it wasn't. So, yeah, I did play Fastly here, guys. To be honest, similar to Netflix, actually, exact same pattern, right? So we had the bad news came out. We got down here, then we found support here, we found support there. So I played it, and it actually got dumped on. And if I held it with hope that it would go up, I would have still gotten dumped on, right? So Netflix could do the same thing tomorrow. So just be aware of that. Use this exact stock as an example from Netflix. Netflix has no reason to run right now. Tech is going to run up just because of earnings, and then, this is actually very bearish right here. We can't break 76.50 very soon. We're going down, back down to 74 and break through 73.5, and we're going down to 0. This stock needs earnings or some catalyst. I think it was oversold. So what should happen is that when they have earnings, the stock's going to start to run. It will pop at earnings. People are going to realize how oversold it was. So that's that. I'll see you guys in about 12 hours.
You live trading in the morning or no?
Yes, I'll be live trading in the morning.
Sounds good, brother. All right, appreciate
that. To our gold and platinum members.
Yeah.
All right, cool.
There's also some levels on the watch list if you are in the Discord channel. That was posted earlier.
Yep. Any additional questions, you guys can put it in the chat. Send me a message. All that stuff.
You could take SPY.
We'll post a chart. Look at SPY real quick. All right, real quick. This Zoom's gonna cut off soon. SPY,
above 346.
What the market's gonna do. 346.50 is a line to cross for calls, but if we hold 346 period, we're gonna be fine, at least for tomorrow.
Long term.
My personal opinion, I think we're dumping tomorrow. I see a double top forming. This is it. Anything below there, we're going straight down to here. No questions asked. Promise. I scalp SPY all day with you guys. You guys have seen the accuracy on these SPY puts, right? These are, we're going straight down. There's no reason. It keeps rejecting, rejection.
Support.
There's no reason for it to move right now. We'll see. All right, guys. Have a good night.
All right. If you need a reminder of the video of today, I'll post it on YouTube. Just check the social media channel. All right.
Thank you, guys.
Yeah, no problem. See you guys.
Thank you guys. Good. Bye-bye.